What's up? Welcome to the Hoodz Iz Watchin. You are now tuned in. We got my man, our guy, first guest, first show, my man Hassan Campbell, aka Poppy from Bronx River.
Hit him in the head, the headshot. What's good?
Hey, what's going on, my brother? How you?
I can't complain, man.
Everything Gucci?
Yeah, everything
good.
Gucci.
Everybody good?
Yeah, can't complain.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing, man. All right, so I guess we can take it back to the beginning of where you from and how you grew up, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Concrete jungle, Bronx River, home of hip hop. Come from the first family of hip hop. A lot of legendary people behind me.
That I do know. Legendary, my brother. So I see you out there making moves, doing your thing, working hard, feed the family, which is a beautiful thing. God is great all the time. I guess what the people want to know is, what the people want to know.
There's a lot of things that the people act like they don't know. You see what I'm saying? We all come from poverty and pain.
Yes.
And a lot of us is taught to pretend our way through. We're man, we can't show no emotions. But my whole thing is, if God gave you tears, then a man is allowed to cry.
Yes, I agree.
But in life, some things you gotta touch, you gotta look forward and stick your chest out and man up. But in life, we're not taught how to deal with certain things. So when the reality come crashing in and you got to deal with reality, everybody has a different way of dealing with what they're going to deal with. And some people will tell you, like when they watch a movie, for example, if I was in this situation, I would do this, I would do that. You never know what you're going to do until you're in a situation.
Yes. And that goes for the streets too. Like they'll say, if that was me, I would have did this, I would have did that. But until you're in that situation, you don't know really what you would have did.
Right.
So I agree with that.
And then, sometimes you got to look at yourself. Some of the things mistakes that I made actually at this age, I wouldn't have made at 18 years old.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sometimes you say, well, if I was this age, I would have went back and told myself X, Y, Z at this age. But sometimes your younger version was stronger than your older version, because life will mentally break you down and wear you down as you go along.
Yes. Life be life. So we all know that,
But the whole key to it is in life, when you fall down, you get the fuck back up.
Facts.
Simple, you get back up.
That's a fact. So, you did a couple of stints in jail. Am I right?
I fought a couple of cases, but I never really did no state bail.
Oh. Well, we ain't gonna go into the details of why. We all know why. You know. So, Mr. Hood.
Yo, it's your boy T Mac, aka Mr. Hood, aka Mac the Dawn. Here with my brother, no other, Hassan Campbell. I know him as Poppy. We outside. So, my first interview is with Mr. Hassan. So, I got some things to get off my chest with Mr. Hassan. I love him. He's my brother. That's the bottom line. Do I agree with a lot of things he do? I don't. Do I talk to him and tell him about it? I do. I know he don't like what I say. I don't care. Because wrong is wrong, right is right. I go by it. It's my opinion. I feel how I feel. I express my feelings and let him know how I feel. He let me know how he feels and what he feels was right, was wrong. And I tell him in my aspect of how I see if he's wrong or right. And 9 times out of 10, he's wrong. He's wrong. But moving forward, I just want him to be a better person, a better father, a better human being all around. I want to see him win. I want to see him win. I just want to see him prosper and move forward with life. You know what I'm saying? Because he could do it. I know it. But let's get back. A lot of things he did, I don't agree with. couple of issues with a couple of people that voiced their opinion that he went back and on them and, you know.
Give me an example.
I'm going to give you a perfect example. Drip with the zip. Let's talk about that.
Oh, zip with the drip?
Let's talk about that. He said something about little shorty saying the little homies call him the OG. He said, nah, I'm not the OG. He said, nigga, I'm trying to bust the same shorties y'all busting down. So now I'm not the OG. So you took it and said that, oh, he trying to fuck with the little girls. Now, I didn't take it as that. Because he's fucking with the next generation, and they 20s, 30s, late 30s, or whatever, mid 30s. The girls that be around them, he's talking about them, not the kids like, oh, how you doing, mister? I'm fine, mister. No, mister, how you doing? It's Mr. Such and Such. No, he's dealing, yo, what's up, OG type niggas. I mean, the younger generation, not the young generation. So I felt that you got on him real hard, and you was wrong for that. That's how I feel. So I'm just saying, you took it the wrong way, and I tried to explain it to you. But I mean, you listen to what I said, and you trying to see it, but I don't think you still understood what I was saying.
I mean, see, because the thing about it is, it's not just watching one episode of a person; it's watching the characteristics of a man, of a person. And see, when you creeping up on 50 years old, you know, it's certain things that you don't say. Like, for example, you know, when you title yourself, a 40 or 50-year-old man, like for me, don't call yourself a hooligan. You 40 years old and you a hooligan, my nigga? Are you serious? Let's be real. You the 40, 50-year-old hooligan. See, with age comes wisdom. You see what I'm saying? And also what I realize in life is that words are spells. So when you break down what a hooligan is, there's consequences that come with the name that you titled yourself. Are you really willing to live with that? And when you sit back and you analyze, sometimes you got to spank a nigga out of love. It ain't that you spanking a nigga because you don't love him. You got to spank a nigga out of love because the kids is watching. If I put you on my platform to give you a stage, and I see you leading the people to the hellfire, to ignorance, and you's a grown-ass man, this is the reason why. When you really, sometimes you got to get the youth. How we sitting here, you get the young boys, let them sit on the opposite side and listen to what they feel about niggas our age. Then when you hear them, this shit be embarrassing because they absolutely right. You got to give them something to look up to, not a 40-year-old hooligan. And then when you sit back and you understand the mindset of the brother, the nigga pops, life in jail, uncle, life in jail, mom's crackhead, grandmama selling crack, brother come home from jail after doing 20 years, you did 20 years, back in jail for robbery. There's a spell cast on your family. So 9 times out of 10, if a nigga have a baby, you're going to bring a baby in the world and the baby going to go through the same casualties. Why? Because the spell is in how you carry yourself. And Islam, what the law says, he does not place a burden on a person that they have the strength to bear, nor does he place a burden on a person because of somebody else. But when you sit back and you analyze the mindset, now what your birthing is and you passing down is ignorance.
Okay. I hear you. But now I'm going to tell you why I disagree. And I'm going to tell you my point of view, how I see what you're saying. Because what you're saying is the youth is watching, but they also watching you too.
Absolutely.
So you can't, because you be on the internet doing some wild shit, my nigga.
Absolutely.
You be on the internet doing some wild shit. Like I said, some shit I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you do. But that's my point. If a person make a mistake, he made a mistake. It's not, we not the judge of the juries. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
See, the thing about it is with me, if I'm wrong, as a man, I'm not one of them niggas that's gonna get in my feelings like, I ain't this nigga, he wanna tell me about my. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
All right.
And many of times I'll come back and apologize and niggas say slick shit. Oh, a man ain't supposed to apologize. Why? Who the hell made that rule? That's why as a righteous man, I get on my knees. See, first of all, people call me a hypocrite, right? But I feel like Tupac. One minute he's saying Brenda had a baby and mama, dear mama, keep your head up. And then the next minute you don't know what made me sit up there and go in the store, see the Spanish woman in the store and just spaz out on her. I'm sitting up, I'm minding my business on university in the bed, knocked out. I come outside, my car on the sidewalk. I'm asking around who hit my car. Oh, it's the Spanish lady that hit your car. Really, it's the Dominican one. Oh, yeah. She did a U-turn, knocked your car on the sidewalk, and then left. So now I'm making a police report because, you know, when you have a car accident, you're supposed to make a police report for the insurance company. And she pulls up in the same car, stumbling. And because she was so pretty, the police ain't even do nothing to her. So now I'm sitting up there tight. It ain't like that. I just wanted an apology. But she got nasty. So I said, okay, police calmed it down. And so when I seen her again, I'm drunk, going to get me some more beers, and I spazzed out. Should I have done that? No, but I was on my Charleston White shit before Charleston White was on his Charleston White shit. And see, my thing is, for any and all you niggas, you can kiss my ass when you say Charleston White is in character. Well, Hassan Campbell can't get in character. So now I'm going to play his role. Oh, I was in character. I was just trying to get some views. What's the difference? So y'all expect me to be righteous and that nigga to be like, come on, are you kidding me? This is the nigga that, just the last video I just seen yesterday, he got Aiden Ross sitting right here. He got his wife on the phone, and he asked the question, Aiden Ross, he let Aiden Ross ask the question of, does his wife give head? But the way he said it is, Aiden Ross asked, do you suck Charleston's dick? So now Charleston acts after the situation. He act like he upset, but he's acting. You can see he's acting. You put this nigga on. I couldn't even talk like that to one of y'all wives. I couldn't even fix my face to say that. But now, if I decide that I want to go viral and have a viral moment, is it okay for me to do it too, or just Charleston White? Inquiring minds want to know, people.
You got a point.
Oh, you's a hypocrite. Oh, so you mean to tell me if I decide I want to have a viral moment so I could get me $100,000 and feed my children the same way he doing, I can't do that?
You know what they feel? Oh, you keep it real too much. You gotta always keep it 100. You gotta keep it real. Don't be like that. Keep it real. That's how they feel. If you want to have a challenge, you supposed to have a challenge.
But you know what though? Now the way I feel, it's like I don't know if I want to be the hero nigga no more. I don't know if I want to guide niggas because it's like it's to the point where I'm starting to feel like if he dies, he dies. My whole thing is you niggas out there, don't get mad when I say he got his snot box rocked. And don't sit up there and say rest in peace to the little nigga when your music is dedicated to these little niggas in the street dying. That's hypocrisy. You can't be all about that action, and then when a little nigga get a snot box rocked, you outside burning candles. Nah, fuck that. If he dies, he dies. Sometimes I feel like that. I don't want to be the good guy no more. Like, fuck it. Like, sometimes you feel like, especially when, you know, you done sacrifice your money. You got a nigga making $50,000, $30,000, $20,000 a month, and then you look like, yo, you just gave me $3,000 last month? And it's because I'm using my voice for black people, and then I'm getting the most smoke from black people. One half, niggas laughing at me getting shot, and the other half, they like, yo, that shit was too real with homeboy. He ain't get shot. Now that shit was fake.
That was going to be my next.
You know what I mean? So it's like when you sit back and you analyze it, everybody's praying for your downfall. Like, look at Puff. I'm mad at Puff and a lot of shit that he did, but as I sit back and I'm watching even more and more, it's like, yo, niggas can't wait to see you reduce back to pennies. Like, ooh, okay, it's like that? All right.
It's always been like that. Even in the streets, when you get money in the streets, and we all been out there at one point or another, so I can definitely attest to that. But I think the people out there want to know what happened that day in Bronx River.
I was in a suicidal, mental, depressed, alcoholic, doing dumb shit, drinking all night, chemical imbalance, dozed off probably for a half an hour, got back up, started drinking some more, looked at my phone, seen the Cassie shit, and I don't even know how I got the Bronx River. If you listen to I don't even know what I was saying. I can't watch that tape of me. I can't watch that shit.
Yeah, you know, it's like 100 memes of you.
I can't watch that shit.
They had like 100 memes of you.
Yeah, but you know what? The one thing I will say about that situation, that shit it brought me back to me, and it made me stronger because it's like the depression, like that's where part of me relived, and part of me died in that situation because the after effect, when I actually sat back and I looked at my children, and I realized like, yo, I could have really been, the bullet hit me right here, as y'all see, because they say it's fake, but it also stopped right here where my heart, my lungs is at. So then when you start to reflect on a spiritual level, like, yo, God really was with me. I wasn't with myself, and God was still with me. God could have chose, when you look, everybody like, yo, how did the camera just cut off like that? Nigga, y'all was watching the camera. I wasn't even near the camera. The police was watching. They stopped it. The thing I don't understand is why they made it continue as I'm shot. I don't want my kids on camera seeing me shot like that. In my right state of mind. Like, nah, you had to do something. The 911 report was called. The police was called. Somebody told them I had a gun out there. So they was expecting the police to roll down on me and search me. You see what I'm saying? But the police, if you watch the video, you see the police car pass. They act like they didn't even see me. Then when I get in the car and the camera turns back on, now I'm honking my horn so I don't get in trouble for running the red lights trying to get to the hospital. And they still acting like they don't see me. I'm like, wow, look at this. Now I'm invisible. So it's like, wow. And you know, when the shot went off, you know they got the shot blockers where they know exactly where you got shot at. Like, okay.
They still went on by.
Yeah. My son was like, why you tell my mother? Why you tell my mother? I'm going to kill you.
And what's crazy is, you know,
he was out of pocket. He was bugging. He was drunk. He was crazy. He yelled.
And I wouldn't recommend none of you kids out there do what I did because that was stupid.
Listen, I seen it. It's real. He got a bullet hole. I saw it. I seen it. I can vouch for it.
Man, he was one of the first people there to come when I got out to bring me some stuff to patch me back up. Real shit.
I can vouch for it.
And you know, the people out there, well, you had some who do hate on you that was probably cheering and happy that happened to you. But then, you know, you got real people like us and, you know, the people you do rock with, that was like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
For me, though, what they don't understand, for me, that was just another walking day in the park. The only thing that I regret about that situation was putting my loved ones through that. Outside of that, I actually appreciate the situation because it brought me back to me being me. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, it helped me to bury all the issues that I was going through with my mother before she passed away, all the issues, the Africa Bambaataa issues, because that's pretty much what it was. So I got a chance for me now. If I could turn back time, the only thing that I would change about me being shot, like, nigga, if you gonna give me let me get hit by a real nigga. Don't let me get shot by a little dirty nigga. Outside of that part right there, it almost feel like being gay, getting shot by a little dirty nigga. But outside of that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If a nigga gonna hit me, send a real nigga. Don't send a piss boy.
And it gave you a chance to reflect, like you said, like the demons that you had, that you were dealing with, and you was on one that morning and you just kind of wigged out a little bit and, you know, you here though, you know what I mean?
Listen, one thing I tell people, right, and I want everybody to understand, a lot of people are fronting and acting like they're not hurting. They hurt. People are hurting. But some people ain't going to tell you that they hurting. It's okay to talk to somebody and let them know, I'm not feeling too good today. And then also, sometimes people got to understand, a lot of black people, you know, I was just having a conversation about, you know, a young guy from Bronx River, you know, recently, I think on his birthday pass, he jumped off the roof. And my whole thing is that don't wait till a dude laying in the casket to say, I'm sorry. Everybody, sometimes you know when somebody's going through something. Sometimes you know when people going through things and y'all ignore the family members. You got family members that's going through it and y'all know it and you ignore them. And then you want to be there at the funeral? You want to cry the most over the casket? Nah, it's too late, homie. They was there. You seen them going through things in life. And instead of sitting up there saying, yo, I got you, let me pull up on this nigga, they talk bad about you. And see me, I don't want to be that nigga that I went through so much, that and God spared me from that. So now everybody, if I would have died in Bronx Ripper, the way people was tearing me down, because that's another thing that plays, you sit up there drinking and drinking and drinking, and you hearing how if the walls had ears, and you hearing so many people, the way they ripping you to shreds, and you like, not this person, I really, really love this person. Not that person, and it's like, wow. Is anybody gonna say anything good about me?
These are all the same people that used to call you, Poppy, yo, come hang out with me, or Poppy, I need your help.
Oh, for help, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want to use you for their advantage. But then when you going through something, everybody doles you out and
want to make millions and all of this craziness.
This and that.
That part, like wow, and it's like, you know.
But ain't nobody reach out to see was you all right, yo, what you going through, to talk to you. As probably like a real brother or something, supposed to talk to a person.
See,
I understand that.
The thing that killed me the most is that, you know, people be like, oh, he gonna get you into trouble. Like, you know how many skeletons I got in my closet behind these same people? And it's like, it's the wives for me. You ain't have no problem with me getting out of my bed, doing all the shit, and there's so many of them. All the dumb shit. Why you do that, Poppy? Oh, I had to go help this one. Well, where everybody gonna come help you? I'm doing it so now, you know. But one thing I will say, I'm not looking for nobody to throw their life away. I'm just being me at a time that I shouldn't be being me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I should be the better version of me. And see, one thing I tell kids, the reason why I tell people, I get busy and people like, you shouldn't say that. No, because I get death threats every day. I want you to understand, if you run down on me, there's a chance that one of us ain't going to make it home. You're not just going to Charleston like me. It's a different ball game over here. But outside of that, nigga, I'm trying to enjoy life right now. At this point in time of my life, I want to sit back and enjoy the spoils of war. Even if I got $5 in my pocket, nigga, we gonna go get some chicken wings, split them shits, and enjoy the moment.
Yeah. You know, like my man Hassan said, you know, can he have a character? Can he jump into character? Why is that a big problem? But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. And to go back to what you just said, it's funny how one day I was on the west side, on my block, and I guess, you know, we took a few pictures. I shot a little video with you and Mac, you know, we chopped it up. And when I posted it on Facebook and Instagram, they're like, oh, you know him, yo, that dude crazy, yo, be careful. And I'm like, no, y'all better be careful, because he's not a game. Like, y'all might look and think, nah, he's just talking blah, blah. Yeah, no. Like, just, if you think about running down, you better think again or run down without him seeing you, and, you know, because it's not going to be a game. And I try to explain that to them. Like, I said, he's cool. If you know him, he's a cool dude. Like, you know, and you got to get to know a person. You just can't watch videos and just be like, oh, nah, he's this. I don't like him. Fuck him. I don't fuck with him. Like, no, you got to know a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to know you through my man, Mr. Hood over there. And me seeing one version of you on the internet, and then, you know, on YouTube, and then me interacting with you is like, oh, nah, this dude is super cool.
But it's that part that kills me, when you have people that know me. And I be looking at them like, how you let somebody that don't know me convince you about me when I ain't been nothing but good to you? That shit confuses me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what it all boils down to now is people, it's scary because people are subjected to peer pressure, and peer pressure will make even grown adults fold. That's why I be trying to tell them, like, how you expect the youth to live or to make it and survive in this world throughout all of the peer pressure when they don't have nothing to look up to?
But my thing is how you a grown ass man and you still getting peer pressure. You see what I'm saying?
Because people are weak. Yo, if you ever notice, you put a post up on social media, right? And let's just say it's speaking out against homosexuality. Niggas will act like they scared to death They won't say it. But when the machine decides to flip on a nigga like P. Diddy, and everybody sit up there saying no Diddy, but you won't say no homo. But what no Diddy actually means is no homo. Let's stop playing games now.
That's exactly what it means.
But they will not say it.
Yeah.
And so now you have to sit back and say, oh, really? So now what you're doing is, right, we're going to take it back to the days of slavery. One of the worst things that they started doing in Jamaica during the days of slavery was buck breaking you. So now they got a new way of buck breaking you. No Diddy.
And it was paused before that. So
Yeah, but you know what? No Diddy takes it to a new level.
yeah.
Because that's a witch hunt like we ain't never seen. And see, you know what? In the beginning, I was dragging Diddy and trying to stomp him out because he did a lot of foul shit and he deserved it. But it comes a time at a point where I'm starting to feel like, though, you know what? We're going to chill off of Diddy because y'all got a whole list of who was on Epstein Island and we ain't seen no arrest.
But my whole thing is, you saying no Diddy. I mean, it takes two to tango. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he took it or something from him. They went willingly taking and bending over. So I mean, if they wanted to take that, they took it. I mean, they took it. I mean, it's simple as that. Everybody grown. We all grown. Everybody who named he's supposed to this, who was screaming, everybody grown. If they wanted the they got the I mean, it's as simple as that. So it wasn't like he took booty, he booty popped them, like he drug raped them.
No, that's what they accusing him of, though. And in the paperwork, they say that this nigga was sitting up there giving them the liquid cocaine with some other shit, nigga, and niggas was waking up with their asshole in the air. I mean,
but they don't tell, so they was saying Diddy was taking booty.
They saying that, and see, my whole thing is with Jaguar Wright, for example. Some of the things she's saying, I'm starting to look into.
Right.
Like, for example, everybody know how Big L died. Don't say Jay-Z had him murdered. That nigga got murdered by his own, he had a fallout within his own crew. The streets know that.
Right.
Everything is documented, so we can talk about it, but we don't need to talk about it. So when you're dealing with Jaguar Wright, why are you lying?
Right.
Now, Christopher Williams, that's our nigga. I just watched the video of Christopher Williams, and I'm glad he responded to the shit because he said, he said, first and foremost, I slapped the shit out of P. Diddy. I'll punch that nigga in the mouth from the Bronx. And I'm like, yeah, that's the nigga we know. He said Jaguar Wright is lying. She's a crackhead because Jaguar Wright told the internet that P. Diddy had the nigga on his knees. Like, nah, you don't. And so I'm glad he actually responded and he answered to that. Because you can't sit up there and give me something that a third party told you and you assassinate a nigga's character. You look at the situation, we still see Usher running around with Puff. Jaguar Wright's talking about how, Usher got his asshole blown open. You see what I'm saying? We can't prove that.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. Listening to everything that we hear, it makes you say, this nigga's capable of it. But there's a line where one of the most hurtful things that you can do is make up a lie on somebody. Nigga said my mom's molested me. That's a lie. Nigga said I molested my child. That's a lie. Nigga said I was running around touching kids. I said no. When I was a kid, I used to touch kids. I was playing house early. But they start with the scratching and mixing and shit like that and try to turn a good character into a bad character.
But I always thought she was a little bit off anyway. Like, just the wild shit she be saying sometimes. Didn't they ban her from YouTube? Because I don't see her on it no more. I see other people.
No,
she's
on other niggas' platform. But I will say, Jaguar Wright has predicted some shit.
Some shit she did predict.
But at the same time, when I catch you in a lie and you purposely lying on somebody, now I have to take everything that you said with a grain of salt, even if it's the truth. Because you're dangerous.
Yeah.
And attention is getting to the point to where that's one hell of a drug. If I put something out on the internet and I'm forced with my information, I'm going to delete it. I'll apologize for it. And niggas that talk shit, oh, now you want to apologize? Yeah, because I'm a man.
At the end of the day.
I'll apologize if I'm wrong, but to sit up there and purposely create a lie on somebody, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you got plenty of people that do that just to get clickbait, just to get subscribers, just to get followers. Like, you see it every day. Like, all day, every day. Whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, whatever it is. YouTube, like you see it all the time. So,
Like, you know, it's a conspiracy theory, you know. But, you know, when you put the theory out there, it started off with 2 cents and it goes from 5 cents to 10 cents, to 20 cents, to 30, 50. Now it's $1 because everybody in the remix with the first conversation the first person had with it. So now one thing turned into 10 more things that was never said, but everybody just added, yeah, said he was doing this, and he was doing that, and oh, his mom was doing this, and his sister was doing that, and like, yo, where the fuck all this come from? But that's, you know, people bored with the internet. People have things to do. People want to stir the pot up to start a conversation.
Start making up shit.
Make people start thinking this and that. You know, that's just like they just had the, I got off the fake news, they got a picture of Jay-Z and Beyonce talking about they want it. You know what I'm saying?
And they had a picture, yo, this
Like
is
they
the
want it,
wildest
you know what I'm
shit I ever
saying?
saw. They had a picture of clickbait, YouTube. Blue Ivy is pregnant. This little girl's 11 years old, but they got how do they do that? How do they do that with the camera to make somebody look?
Filters.
And I guarantee you,
Like, this is
whoever put that baby in her belly is a predator.
No, but
Well, no,
it's clickbait. Like it's
Chop.
like they.
It's a sick mind.
It,
A grown man
Yeah.
ain't gonna want to put a baby in that baby's
Yeah,
belly.
why would you
No, but I was saying that to say,
why would you put something up
like,
like
but
that anyway?
people trying to get clickbait. Like,
Yeah, clickbait.
you go through YouTube, you'll see all kind of wacky
You
shit.
got,
Like,
you got people
really?
that ain't got nothing to do with
nothing to do but just
Yeah.
make up shit and like.
But you know, it's the internet, bro. That's what.
I just had to laugh. Like, I said,
Don't
nah,
laugh
man,
at
this can't be
this
real,
stuff.
yo. Like, these people nuts. Like, you got people out here that just, like, they'll do anything to get subscribers and to get likes and to, you know, like, that shit is just weird, man. Like, people are weird out
But
here.
you know what? See, the one thing I will say, you know what I mean? It sucks, but the reality of it is, when they turn them likes and them shares into $1, the internet has become the new crack game.
That's it.
And see, what I realized, like, when I listen to certain niggas talk shit, you know what I mean, talking about bringing back the streets, you got mothers that's sitting up there praying.
On the streets.
They crying, they praying that their kids stay on that computer. That computer is saving their life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because the reality of it is, you got kids now that's going in the house that own the Aiden Rosses. This nigga's worth, yo, he's worth, what, 20 million? So when you telling niggas, come back outside, these little niggas is in the house making millions.
Yeah.
But you want them to come back outside to the early grave. You got to help me to make that make sense. So now you got niggas on the block that's dissing the internet niggas, right? And I be sitting back laughing, talking about, oh, these niggas don't be outside. Nigga, all the niggas that I know that's outside, that's bragging about being outside, ain't even got $10 in their pocket. They broke. But now the niggas that's on the internet, the Kai Senate, that little nigga went outside. He went outside in Manhattan and caused a riot. Police had to lock him up. They had to send all types of riot and bomb squads to clear the block. This is a nut root. You know how much power is in that? And these little niggas are worth millions. So now dudes got to start learning how to get out of their feelings, because you got the people that was never accepted in our world being accepted in the cyber world on levels that we was not accepted. So now you throwing shade at the nerds because they being accepted. That gangsterism and that gangster mentality is a small world that's not meant for everybody. But even still, when we get out of that character, there's a side of us that's nerdy playing with our kids.
That's right.
And for most of us, the funny part about this, I was in Walmart the other day, right? And I was looking at the little action figures. And I started to just buy the whole rack because I never had a chance to really be a kid. Niggas grew up too fast. So now I be thinking about getting all the toys and going back in the house and playing with them shits with my sons. Because we never really, we came outside too early and was on go time.
Whole time.
So we robbed ourselves of actually enjoying our childhood. That's why I tell you children out there, take your time. Don't be so fast to put the lipstick on and the nail polish on, because when your young ass get to your mommy age, you're going to wish that you could turn back the same way they do. running to get surgeries and everything else. They're not happy with the older version. Stay young, because you only gonna be young for 15 seconds. One time.
One time, you gotta enjoy it. So, you know, I always say, be outside. So my reason for saying be outside is because, you know, growing up, like you just said, we seen kids that was outside, and we seen the kids that was outside. You know what I'm saying? So we know how to separate them, but we also knew the lane they was in. So we never was trying to bring them outside to our outside. You know what I'm saying? We try to keep them to the outside. Yo, go upstairs when you're supposed to. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Because these niggas want you to be over here. Yo, go upstairs. Don't worry about them. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what they gonna say. Just go do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not the type of person supposed to be outside. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad he said this. Listen to him carefully what he's saying.
So when we was growing up, we could see, oh, yo, he playing football for school. Yo, I want him to go play football for high school. You know what I'm saying? Yo, come play football with us in the back of the yard. Why the fuck would I want him to come in the back of the yard to play when I know these stupid ass niggas is back here and they gonna want to start a fight because he gonna end up shaking the shit out of one of them, making them fall. Everybody gonna laugh at him. Now they want to jump him because all three of them hang together and he be outside. He don't be outside. You know what I'm saying? So they want to make an example of him. So why would I want to bring a good kid and you know, like they always say, it's messed up when a good girl go bad. It's the same thing. It's messed up when a good boy go bad, my nigga. Because now, like we said, half of them is sit down, getting 25, getting 30 years. They only 18, they only 17, they only 15. Yeah. They get 30, 40 years 13, yeah. Because they want to be outside.
You know what's crazy? I kind of liken that too. Like, even with this drill thing that's going on, like, to go back to what you said, they make a lot of money on the internet. Some of them videos got 10 million views, 20 million views, 50 million views, and you be like, wow, they bringing in that chicken right there. Like, that money really coming in. So it's like, all right, but the thing that comes with that is, all right, you done said what you said about whoever, but now when you go outside, you got money, but now you got to keep something with you because they're gunning for you now.
And they're keeping it with them. Yeah. And see, the thing about it is, it's like one of the things that grew my channel the most was the drill movement, because I said the things that nobody else had the balls and the guts to say. During the FBG Duck murder, you had the King Von. First of all, I predicted King Von. So it just bugged niggas out because King Von was a young serial killer. Mm-hmm. It's just real. But you know what though? He was a product of his environment. So my whole thing is, it's like when you look at the two situations, you got the young boys out there drilling and killing. And then you got these older niggas bring it back, because I don't want to skip what he just said. The generation that I came from, before niggas said, okay, we gonna let Poppy be Poppy, there was a lot of lectures. There was a lot of, nah, you can't do that. There was a lot of, yo, take your ass upstairs. Yo, get out of here. But these old niggas on the internet think I'm not supposed to call them out. When you sit up there talking about we gonna bring the streets back, then you telling these little niggas to run off on the plug. Nigga, you can't, and this is Mano I'm talking to. You can't go to the dance with your daughter. Jim Jones can't go to the lake with his son and have your kids all preppied up with the white kids, but then sitting up there, and when you get into character, grown niggas is not listening to y'all. It's the kids you advertising yourself to, and that's what I got a problem with. Because the OGs that was on it, I was raised by murderers. And I know the difference between rappers and murderers that was telling me until they couldn't tell me no more. All right, this nigga was on the news today. He was on the news yesterday. He's going to be on the news tomorrow. My mother was calling me on the phone like, yo, why did you do that? On days that I didn't even do shit. We go to the club. Oh, y'all niggas lit the club up? No, it wasn't us. That was some other niggas, but we did it so much. Every time we went somewhere, now it was us. We know the difference. That's where I come from. But there was grown men that tell you they paved the way for you not to do that. We don't want you to do that. We don't want you on the side of the block. Until you made your way and they couldn't stop you when you did it on your own. Now y'all niggas is a billboard for these little boys and you're destroying them. And I got a problem with that. And I'm sorry because I feel like whether I win or lose on the battlefield, I'm the toughest nigga on this earth, so I'm going to call you out. And I don't care what you and your entourages feel about that because you got children watching. Niggas, see, I'm not mad at the 30-year-old and 40-year-old nigga that ain't got $1 in his pocket and he really want to kill somebody and trying not to. I'm mad at the millionaire that knows that he don't want to get caught with that gun. Because if you get caught with that gun, it's 5 to 10 years. You know you don't want to get caught with the gun. You know damn well any nigga that gets busy, especially going through the city, you on cameras and everything, you know you don't want to pull that gun if you don't have to pull that gun because there's cameras on you. And where you going? You going back home? You going to slug a nigga, then you going to go lay in your bed and wait for the police to come 5 o'clock in the morning to kick the door in? Niggas that get busy is praying to God before they go outside that they don't have to get busy. You rich niggas is going to the studio. You don't even live like that no more. And the first thing that come out of your mouth is getting busy. Fuck is we talking about? That's not your life no more. But it's your constant mindset when you in front of the camera for the children. Get out of here, man. You rich already.
But you let them tell you you don't even be outside. So how did we even get this interview with you?
I got shot outside.
No, but yeah, they say you don't be outside.
You don't be outside though.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm confused. Like I see you all the time. So I'm just
you know what?
curious.
You know what my whole thing is? When I come outside, unless I'm around my circle and I get to see all the fellas that's coming through, like we ain't seen each other in a couple of days, whatever the case, that makes me feel good. But when I find myself outside every day, I lose my creativity.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I had to isolate myself. And I'm at my best. When the kids is in school, my wife is at work, and everybody's away from me, I started tapping into my creativity. So, you know what I mean? Me coming outside and just being on the block and being on the block, and I can't tap back into my creativity like that unless I'm getting work done. We outside right now getting work done. This is different. This actually feels like it's good. We outside. They don't even realize we in the concrete jungle. We in a different. It's different out where we at.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not that we bragging about being outside. No, I want you niggas to go outside and have pool parties. Everybody that's watching me, I want you to have a mansion. I don't want you to have to wait till you. Please don't have to wait till you die to get paradise. While you got people living in paradise right here. But if we in the hood and we in the projects, I want to see dudes that's living in the hood, that's getting it. Buy some flowers. Put them shits in the grass. Make that shit look beautiful. Why do the enemy, the colonizer, live better than us? You go down to Manhattan, there's roofs, roof parties, balls on top of the roofs. You got beautiful women that's like, oh my God, on those roofs. You got restaurants on those roofs. Why we can't have that here? I want it to the point where that we make it to the point I want to move back to the projects. It's popping. And we loving on each other. Because everybody that's walking through the hood, we all done been through some shit and we all hurting. We all hurting, even the older motherfuckers. Niggas that lost mothers and fathers and all types of shit. You never know what somebody mentally going through on that day.
Yeah.
That's why I tell these little niggas, when y'all see each other, that little nigga you about to shoot hurting just like you hurt.
And that's what's smart. 2 families, because once you do that to him, you get caught. That's 2 families that's gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I'm glad you said that because I just started a LLC company called One Community at a Time, One Cat. So that's about the older brothers that's coming home that grew up in our neighborhood. Like we try to build better relationships with your neighborhood because it starts in your square. You know what I'm saying? Communicating with your neighbors, know your neighbors, so because your neighbor one day could save their life. People move in, people move out, but still get to know your neighbor. Not to be nosy what your neighbor doing and all that, but get to know your neighbor because with you not knowing your neighbor, you might be going down on the elevator one day and this a bunch of dudes that she never seen in your life. So if you knew her and you spoke to her, you opened the door for her, that same neighbor be coming up on the elevator, like, yo, listen, I just seen some guys in the lobby, I never seen before in the building. So be careful when you go downstairs. So now if that person didn't know the person that told him, he went downstairs and walked in a whole bunch of bullshit. But now if he knew his name when they spoke, yo, listen, she just stopped him from going downstairs. And he saved his life. Because not even knowing what's going on in the lobby, he could have walked with some shit and niggas could have been like, yo, this is one of the niggas right here. Because somebody did something to a nigga and they live in that building. But now they don't know who it is. He don't know who it is. So, you know, my thing is, talk to your youths around your block. You know, don't son them. They not sons. They men. They gonna be men. Because we was their age at the time.
I was gonna say that.
I was dumb.
Where they at? We been there.
I was dumb. I didn't give a fuck
We didn't want nobody to tell us nothing.
I didn't give a fuck about this. My thing is, you leave me alone, fuck alone, I'll leave you alone. Yeah, we snuck around and did little shit because at the end of the day, we was coming out. You know what I'm saying? We was sprouting. So we was still trying to figure it out. But at the end of the day, we didn't care because that was our mindset. But at the end of the day, if you try to talk to them and try to build with them, yo, what's good with you? You know, you might learn something from them, or they might learn something from you. Because all they probably do is need somebody to talk to. Because they always got to be hard around their friends. Always got to be tough when they're around their friends because they don't want to feel like they any lesser than the next one of them. They don't want to be the toll pole, the one, yo, go to the store, oh, you the runner, because you soft, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, so you going to be the nigga that go get the sandwiches, and go get that, and this and this and that. So nobody don't want to show they stay soft, they got feelings. We all got feelings, we men, regardless of the fact, we got feelings. But as a young tiger, a young bull coming up, they don't want to show that. They can't show that to their friend. See, when I grew up, I could talk to them, I knew them, I seen them. Some of them, yo, Mac, you know, I want to be a chef, but you know, my friend. So what? This is what you love to do. You do what makes you happy. If they your friends, they're gonna respect you regardless that you're not trying to be out here. They're gonna say, oh, okay, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you do it, maybe one of them will do it. But right now we don't have this, man. So I'm trying to build something up with my community because that's where it starts at. It starts in your square. You gotta make sure your square is right. Your village is good.
Maybe we could get back to doing tournaments again.
Exactly.
Without
doing what we used to do. You know,
getting them shot up, and you know, like we just got to get back to what we used to do, how it used to be, like where we could have baseball tournaments, basketball tournaments, football league, like in our neighborhood instead of going down to Bowery Street or wherever they, you know, them parks are down there.
No, so we can try to build them in every other neighborhood.
Yeah.
We know
dudes. We got to start where
this
we from.
project and that project and that project. So, you know, it starts with one community at a time.
That's a fact.
So, you know, you could build when the younger ones see us dealing with them and they see us over there because this is how it built before. So when they see that and they like, yo, you know, a lot of things have happened that you can't bring back. You can't take back. A lot of blood's been spilled. Right, okay, it happened. I'm messed up and I'm sorry it did happen. But how can we move forward to figure it out, just to moving forward? Yeah, we ain't telling y'all to kumbaya, we ain't telling y'all high five each other, but how can we just move past it and just try to keep living, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm quite sure, yeah, y'all being hard for a reason, but I'm quite sure none of y'all don't want to die.
Or go to jail for the rest of your life. So
you know, it's crazy. D-Thing just came home. Shout out to him. Me and his mom is cool. And I seen a little video, a little clip that he made on an interview. Him and French was sitting there, and he was saying that you know, when he was in jail, that the brothers in there was trying to make sure he went home because they knew who he was. They wanted to see him go home. And I just wanted to say the D-Thing, now that you home, the same responsibility that the people in there had that they wanted to see you, you know, home, have that same responsibility with the stardom that you have with the people that look up to you, because now you're a full celebrity, and there's a lot of young boys. You're a young man, you're gonna make mistakes, but there's young boys out there that's also watching you. Protect them and keep them home. It's the same way the brothers in jail wanted to see you come home. Keep them from the penitentiary because he has power. You see what I'm saying? He's very, very strong. He's in his prime right now, and he's a celebrity. So the young boys that's looking at him, protect them. That's all I want. When dudes, the OGs that made sure he didn't get in no trouble, he didn't get hurt in jail, make sure the kids in the street don't get hurt.
Exactly. Salute, welcome home.
Welcome home, and you know what I mean? Free Cake Fly, because them two young boys, it was like I was so rooting for them before they went to jail. And it was like, to see them both go to jail was like, damn, now you see K Flock in there, and think about it is with K Flock, he's like, yo, he's praying. And I can remember being in his situation where the district attorneys and the detectives telling me I ain't never going home. And now you in there praying, I'm praying to nigga, the lawyers ain't getting me out, God got me out. Oh, this nigga, you ain't beat no murder cases, nigga, you lying, you ain't never been to jail for murder. Like, all right, whatever. Y'all don't understand what I had to go through, going to court back and forth on Rikers Island for 3 years. That shit worse, it was worse than upstate. You know, so for me to have touched the fire, I don't want nobody else to go through that experience. I'm sitting up there in the bullpens every single day, and you learning about court because you seeing everybody else's experiences. And some of the dudes, you know, like I can remember when a dude, matter of fact, Brian from Broad Trip, his cousin owned Sweets. Me and him got real cool because we go to court all the time. Yo, he beat like 2 trials back to back. That 3rd trial, the judge, he blew. The judge gave him 75 years. Like, I remember the feelings, the emotions that niggas, they went through when they got hit with the term. Like, whoa.
It's tough right there, man.
When you touch that stove, you don't never want to see nobody else. And when I was young, I used to sit up there and say that I would never want to see nobody go to jail. And then I woke up as I got older and started to see these niggas knocking over these old ladies and doing certain things that gangsters just don't do. You see what I'm saying? If we beefing with each other, we keep it in the streets. But some of the things that people are doing in the community, you robbing the elderly, raping kids, nigga, you deserve to go to jail. Don't come home. That's why I started at one point in time, niggas got mad at me because I was like, my slogan became lock him up. Lock that nigga back. Go back to jail. Go home. Go home. Like, some niggas belong in jail. Jail is your house, it's your home. Stay there. There's an elderly woman and an elderly man that live off a disability in every project that people don't know is being robbed by some little dirt bomb that's extorting them and putting the pressure on them. Like, no, our senior citizens need to be protected. They're civilians. It's like one thing I learned from my OG, may he rest in peace, B.O. Nigga, if you making money legally, that's yours. You making money illegally, we gonna split that, my nigga. That's how that works. I'm not running around bothering nobody that's working. I don't want to see you robbing and bothering somebody that's busting their ass to feed their kids. Go take it from a nigga that took it from a nigga. I like it like that.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 ladies, old senior citizens just got robbed last week.
That's nuts,
It's like
man.
an all-time high out here, man.
I was just going to tell you, too, did you have any final words for the people out there?
Not even the final.
Not- I mean,
I just okay. All right, go ahead. Before go ahead. I like that.
I was.
No. I let him answer.
No, as far as what?
As far as just, what would you like to see happen? Like, as far as the streets, the drill,
Listen, I want y'all to understand something, man. I'm never going to tell you to put your gun down. What I am going to say is, for the fathers out there, be the first one to give your son a gun before the streets give it to him. Teach him how to use it. You see what I'm saying? Once you educate a kid on what to do with a gun and what that gun is meant for, then when he go outside, he know his purpose with that. Because if you don't teach your kids about the streets, if you don't teach them about them guns, white people not putting their guns down. We're going to stop playing. I'm never going to convince a black child to put his gun down in the days where the plantation has been expanded. We have never been freed from slavery. We have never really been slaves. We're prisoners of war that don't even realize who we are. So once you understand who you are as a person, you don't put your gun down. You learn when to use it and when not to use it. The art of war. Provide for your family. Protect your neighbor. You know what I mean? Understand the next person around you is hurting just like you hurting. So sometimes when you see a nigga got a frown on his face, smile at him. Say, what's up? How you doing? I was riding in my car, right? And it's funny because Dave East just had he did a thing where he was talking about road rage and he was going to start throwing something at people's cars because of the road rage. So I'm driving now. I'm going to Home Depot. And this dude walks dead in front of my car, almost ran him over. I got so mad that he looked at me like it was my fault. Then I just prayed to God and I said to myself, because the first thing I said, I will smack the shit out of you. I got mad.
Yeah.
Then I said to myself, that man going through something. And I just prayed to God and asked him to forgive me for responding like that because he's going through something. He's so upset. He walked in front of my car. I don't know how I stopped. Then looked at me like you better had stopped. Mad at the world. Niggas is going through something. We got to learn how to put each other's fire out with water.
So I want to ask you, I know last week you had an interview. Who you had an interview with?
Adam 22.
How did that go?
Well, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. The concept they had, the pop-up shop. For me, people could say whatever they want to say. They'd be like, yo, you be talking about Adam 22. But then you going to go on this platform? So Adam 22 says to me, he says, you know, I heard the video, he was talking about me. A few videos, he was talking about me. He said, but one of the videos when he was talking about me, I was going through some bad shit with my whole staff and my team. And I heard you say that Adam 22 took a bunch of niggas out of the hood and taught them how to fish and taught them how to eat, and they flipped on them. That's the things he get. He said that's one of the reasons why he put me on this platform. Because despite everybody hearing the negative things that I had to say about him, I also have positive shit too. I don't just find and look like what Mano. I took the video with him dancing with his daughter. I want to see more of that. Mano and Jim Jones, the one thing I pray that y'all would do, I want to see them interacting with their sons together. That's some dope shit because those are two dudes that, like, Jim Jones made it. Mano made it. So now when you got your sons and it's like, oh wow, they sons, we get to see you as a father and you made it? Ain't too many of us make it. We not successful, we struggling.
Especially coming from the project, so.
Yo, we make poverty and pain look good. We make poverty, and if we're gonna bring, listen, if we're gonna bring the streets back, let's bring hip hop back where it was fun. Where we went through the most shit and you couldn't even tell that we was going through it because we had hip hop in the parks.
Yeah.
When music first came out, niggas wasn't getting paid for it. You got some of the, I heard Cam say about Mace. He said, listen, man, I'm telling y'all right now. He said, this nigga, Killer Cam got some music. He said, I be begging the nigga to release it, but he won't. Right. When music first came out in the park, niggas wasn't getting paid. That's when it was at its best. That's when we got Big and Pac from. In order to get the money circulating back into hip hop, y'all gotta release those tracks. Everybody ain't listening. Listen, drill, some of that shit is dope. I'm not listening and promoting anything with somebody dissing the dead. As far as drill, I like drill. I don't like dissing the dead because I don't want to. I know what it feels like to have somebody on record disrespect somebody I love, and I used to tell myself when I see you, I'm gonna kill you. I don't want to go. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to make you feel like that, unless you got a sex predator in your family or shit, whatever. But even still, at some point in time, let people rest in peace. But outside of that, if you want to bring the block back and you want to bring fun back to the block, I think every block in New York City needs to go back to where we had block parties. And we bring New York back that way where we have so much fun that niggas out of state want to come to New York. We run into Miami. Why? We was Miami at one point in time. That's what we got to bring back. We don't want to bring back the real nigga, the bad bitch mentality. We want to bring back, New York was known for having fun and being fly. New York was the niggas, the flyest niggas in the world, trendsetters. We don't have to be gangster until it's time to be gangster. That shit ain't to be talked about. The game is to be sold, not told. Simple.
Yes. Shout out to Shy K too.
That's another one. Shout out, before we finish with you, I want to shout out 4 Days, Free Floss the Millionaire, my man Busy, for your homies, Big T from Brooklyn, man. Free homies, man. 4 Days, EX. One more thing I want to ask you. What do you have to say to all the bloggers that be trolling you? Like, you know, well, some people told me he wasn't a blogger, but I ain't gonna get into all that. But I ain't gonna get into that. That's some other black shit. what you have to say to other blogs that be on YouTube that will be hating on Hassan Campbell?
If they spend more of their time actually trying to help me to promote my brand in a positive way, we can get rich together. Instead, you insult me and insult me and insult me and insult me, and now you just look like a groupie. You see what I'm saying? It's like you got dudes that just every day they got my name in their title, and it's like, yo, if you could clip my videos that much, we could clip videos together and get some money.
Right.
There's money to be made on YouTube, like it's like what's that movie on King of New York? When them niggas came on the train and he was with the girl and they was gonna rob him. He threw the money to yo, I got work for you.
And he flashed the hammer on him first, though. Like, you ain't gonna just, but.
Now, see, what I don't like, right? I had a dude that came home from jail. I don't know this nigga. You know, whoever he was, whatever he did, somebody sent me a video. He was talking shit about me. A week or two later, I look at my DM. Yo, can I work with you? I said, that would have been all fine and good, but why you had to disrespect me like that all through your channel when we never even met each other? If you want to work with me and you want to try to do something with me, just reach out to me. But when you call yourself a quote-unquote real nigga, and you a street nigga, and you a nigga from jail, you're supposed to move on principle. And that's a no-no. You know better than that. Certain people, if you gonna call yourself a real nigga, and you done move through the mountains, don't come outside in the streets and do some shit you wouldn't do in the mountains. Because a lot of dudes, they out here doing shit on the internet that they wouldn't have did in jail. I don't get it.
Of course. You know, that's the internet. Because, you know, I'm from the era, you know, we say sticks and stones. From what you said about me, buddy. As long as you ain't in my face and try to harm me, we good company. I love you. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about peace.
I love you. But at the end of the day, man, I want to thank you, man, for taking the time out to come hang out with us for a while.
Definitely.
This is only the
Much
first
appreciated.
one. And, you know, I just want to see you prosper. I just want to see you be more humble, man. Be more humble, man, because, you know, you came a long way, man. And you're here for a reason. God put you in that driving seat that you in for a reason.
Yes.
So just be a little humble with yourself, more, man. And just keep doing you, man. Be who you are, man. Don't change for nobody. Nobody change you. Your opinion is your opinion, like I always say. You can voice your opinion. I got my own opinion. It is what it is, man. You know, people can't take their opinion and don't watch. But if you gonna get, why are you watching?
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
the
you
thing
don't
that
have
gets
to
me.
watch it. You don't have to say nothing. That's his opinion. So, you know, I just want to see you prosper, man. You grow with your family. And you keep doing what you do. I want to shout out to Norma Bass. She couldn't be here today.
Shout out to Norma.
And we catch her on the next one, man. I appreciate you, man. I love you as a brother.
Definitely, Poppy. Definitely love you.
Hoodz Iz Watchin, baby.
Hoodz Iz Watchin.
Outside.
Rest in peace, B.O. Rest in peace, C-Town.
You know,
Triple OG. My guy, Bam.
Holla, holla.
Yes, sir.
You already know we out.
Peace out.
Yeah.